Hi there. If you're watching this on YouTube, or you're wanting to watch any of my content on my channel, or both for that matter, I would strongly recommend hitting the subscribe button and comment and like on any videos if you may wish, because this is a general audience channel. Also, this video is not made for kids, it is for older fans and adults alike. So please sit back and enjoy the video. Two Blue Friends. Based on the original story by thatwelshdeveloper, adapted, edited, and told by July Leonard. When Thomas opened his eyes, he saw that he had stopped just in front of the buffers. There watching him was the fat director. "What are you doing here, Thomas?" he asked sternly. "I brought Edward's trucks," Thomas answered. "Why did you go so fast?" "I didn't mean to. I was pushed," said Thomas. "You've got a lot to learn about trucks then, little Thomas. After pushing them about here for a few weeks, you'll know almost as much about them as Edward. Then you'll be a really useful engine." A little later, the fat director came to see Edward. "Edward," he said, "I would like you to help Thomas around the yard until he understands how to handle trucks." "Yes, sir," replied Edward. "That's a good engine," said the fat director, and walked away. Thomas and Edward worked grandly together at Wellsworth. They shunted trucks and coaches all around the yards, making the fat director very proud indeed. 2 weeks later, the fat director came to the yards to pay the two engines a visit. "I'm proud of you two," he said. "Edward, you could go back to pulling goods trains and passenger trains. As for you, Thomas," he continued, "now that you've learned a thing or two, I would like you to stay in the yards for a few more weeks so I can see what you have learned on your own." "Yes, sir," replied Thomas doubtfully, whilst the fat director walked away. "Cheer up, Thomas," soothed Edward. "I'll pay you a visit from time to time." And with that, he whistled and puffed away. One evening, Edward was coming back from delivering a goods train to the harbor at Brendam when he saw Thomas looking sad. "Driver, fireman, do you think we could stop to see Thomas?" he asked. "I don't see why not." "Me neither," they said. "Thomas, what's the matter?" Edward asked as he backed down into the shed. "It's nothing, Edward," stuttered Thomas. "No, it's not nothing," came the sharp reply. "Please tell me what the matter is." Finally, Thomas spoke up. "It's just that I just wish the big engines wouldn't tease me and order me about like they always do." "Well, they shouldn't tease you like that," retorted Edward. "You're a hard-working tank engine and shunting trucks and coaches about all day, and that is how they repay you? It's just disgraceful," continued Edward. "The next time I see them, I will give them a good scolding, too." "Wow, Edward," exclaimed Thomas. "I've never seen you so angry before." "I'm sorry," sighed Edward. "I'm just trying to protect you from that teasing. I don't want you to experience what I have experienced a long time ago." "You've been teased by those big engines?" pondered Thomas. "But I thought they respected you since you're a tender engine like them." "Well, that was certainly not the case," Edward replied glumly, and began to tell his story. "When the big engines first arrived, they would always tease me due to me being older than them, and when I was relocated to the sheds at Vickerstown, it's only got worse. It got so bad that I almost found that I had no purpose on this railway," he finished, and then shedded a couple of tears. "I'm sorry you had to go through that," said Thomas. "At least I stood up to them for you before you were letting out." "No need to be sorry," came the soothing reply. "All I want for you is to be happy and not feel worthless like I did back then. But yes, you did stood up to them for me, and that was very thoughtful. You're a very special engine, Thomas, with many ideas of what you want to do if you ever get out of the shunting job," Edward continued. "Taking a goods train, pulling your own coaches, and traveling around the world. Don't let those big engines crush your dreams. Hang on to them for the future." "Thank you, Edward," said Thomas. "I feel so much better." "Any time, Thomas," smiled Edward. "Driver, fireman, can we stay here for the night?" he asked. "Sure, why not?" "Agreed," came the reply from his crew. So the driver shut off steam. Then he and the fireman stepped out and walked to a telephone booth to call for a taxi. Thomas and Edward smiled at each other and went to sleep.